技术问题，所以我们的活动即将要开始。你还有最后30秒的时间，可以拿点心或者是啤酒，不然我们就要开始喽。开啤酒需要时间哦，不然我们就要开始喽。Good evening, our friend. The event will be started in 30 seconds. So this is your last chance to have another beer. 30 seconds.
20 seconds.
Hurry up. Sure, no problem. We also got red wine, white wine.
Red Bull.
Red Bull. Yeah, the famous Austrian drinking.
Austrian drinks.
The very last 5 seconds. Hi, good evening. 大家晚安。虽然在现场大部分的人都是创业小聚的熟面孔跟说中文的人，但是今天既然我们是所谓的创业小聚国际场，所以我们还是要讲英文。OK，so ICRT
讲的英文。
讲的英文。OK， 好，对不起，我听不懂他的中文。对 ，OK。
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So keep going.
是你要说英文的
I know. Okay. Since we got many global friends here tonight, so our event will go with English, right? I guess you can understand very well, maybe better than me. So, hi, my name is Kai. I'm the community manager of Business Next, and this is my colleague, beautiful female host tonight.
Thank you. I'm Feliciana. I'm a colleague of Kyle, and I'm come from the MIT, and I'm an English journalist. So my nationality tonight is Austrian, and sponsorship. Thanks, Stefano. Thank you.
I haven't seen her dressing that elegant, so thank you, Stefano.
You made me elegant only for once tonight.
I hope you will last, okay?
So if he give me this forever, maybe I will think about it.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
We're happy to have the chance to work with Austrian Trading Office tonight to hold a special edition of our gatherings, Meet Global Startups. And of course, it's our honor to have so many excellent Austrian startups here to share their startup experience and their service or business here tonight. We're the co-organizer on behalf of Business Next Media. And Business Next Media is maybe the first and still the leading tech media here in Taiwan, focusing on the next wave of technology industry and the next business of internet. Okay, so if you want to come to Taiwan, you want to find the best media partner, come to us.
Okay, so after the introduction of Business Next, my turn is to introduce what is Meet that you see tonight. Meet is under the basis of Business Next. So we are the media, we are the platform to connect all the entrepreneurs overseas and the startup and the VC all together as a platform. So we have a website, we have both English and Chinese website, so you can catch up the latest news about the startup. And also we have events like now we have a special edition of May Mountain Gathering and called Mr. Global Austria. And also we have one of the biggest festival in Asia called Meet Taipei. And Meet Taipei, yes, as you can see. So if you want to know more about Meet Taipei, please come to me or Kai, we will tell you more.
Okay, cool. So before we start, I would like to invite maybe one of the most amazing female entrepreneur
and a beautiful one
in Taiwan in media business.
She's a godmother.
Godmother of media.
Godmother of startup in Taiwan.
I don't think she will love that name. So
Really? You don't know?
because she's a little bit shy, but we admire her. So let's welcome Kathy,
Kathy, please.
the CEO of Business Next Media. Should I be here, stay with you?
Okay, you can stay with me. Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome to US Space to join tonight's gathering. I'm Katie from Business Next Media Group. As a partner, we are so honored to launch our special edition of Meet Global Startup with Austrian Commercial Office. Yes. Actually, tonight I would like to especially welcome the startup teams from Austria. And I want to give my special thanks to Stefano. Because Stefano and I, we all believe Taiwan should be on the global map of global startups. So he tried his best to invite Austrian startups to Taiwan, and he worked very hard to make everything happen, just like tonight's event. So thanks him so much. And I know many Taiwanese has been Austrian for travel, but tonight we would like to show you the other picture about Austria. Actually, Austria is not good. It's not only good at music or opera. Yes, they are also very good at science and technology. And sure, they also have very excellent startups.
Right here, the best ones.
So tonight they will show us the other picture of Austria. However, tonight is very special. I sincerely hope every one of you will love and enjoy the night. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelly. Really, she's really shy, so this is not easy for her. But she doesn't used to speak to the public. But I believe she will be willing to, talk to you guys and network with each other after the event. Yeah. So I guess we have to welcome another
Before the other, I think we have to introduce some special friend tonight as well. So Stefano's counterpart is French office. So French office has a special guest today. Mr. Federic is here, and please kindly welcome him as well. He is also very keen on innovation. So no fight here, please. No fight here. Peaceful, okay. Brotherhood. Give a kiss.
Really? No?
Yes.
Get more drinks.
Okay.
Maybe after that.
Yes, so it's very thanks. And also, Paul Wood is here today. Paul Wood is a father of e-commerce in Thailand.
E-commerce in Thailand.
Yes.
Hi.
I just interviewed him yesterday. Very amazing. Thank you for coming here today.
He's from Thailand and he's visiting Taiwan for 3 days. For 4 to 5 days. And even though he's very exhausted after the long traveling and very many visitings for a long day, he still wants to here to network with you guys. So, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so back to the topic. The next main character is the guy who sponsored me this elegant dress.
Yeah.
So Deputy Director of Austrian Commercial Office, Mr. Stefano Bacroce, is going to share the potential chance between Austria and Taiwan. Please.
Let's welcome Stefano.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the nice introduction. Hello, good evening everyone. How are you feeling tonight? Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Wow, this is really impressive numbers, impressive turnout. Thank you very much, Katie. to you and to your team, wonderful team at BNext, making this possible. But I also want to thank all of you that were helping me out in the last couple of weeks and months when I didn't know much about the Taiwanese startup system. I had a lot of talks with you, and everyone was very supportive. I really have to say the community sense here, the commitment and the openness of you guys really made it very easy to do my job and to rack up a great program, I hope, for the Austrian startups who are here tonight. So thanks to all of you for that. What I want to do tonight, before the presentations of the Austrian startups, that's what we're here for actually, but I want to, as Katie said, maybe inspire you a little bit, maybe open your minds a little bit about Austria. Maybe I get the chance to, change a little bit the pictures in your head. Who has been to Austria here in this room? Okay, well, quite a couple. I mean, where have you been? I guess you've been walking through Imperial Vienna. You maybe saw Mozart's birthplace. Maybe saw some nice lakes and mountain landscape. That's what Austria is known for. But let me show you something else. Some surprising facts there, maybe for some of you. I hope you recognize some of the companies that we were introducing. Actually, if you look to your right, there's a hint on which the drink maker is that has a 50% market share in the United States. Let me introduce a little bit more for those of you who haven't been to Austria. It's in the middle of Europe. We always say in the heart of Europe, because it's really, if you look at it geographically, it's right there in the middle. And we're not only a member of the European Union and have access to the open market, to the single market of the EU, but we're also the gateway to the East. Many, many international companies have their CEE headquarters in Vienna, because for obvious reasons, it's very close, and also our historic ties in the region are very, very strong. I mean, if you look at the map, within 1 hour flight, you can reach 90 million customers. Within 2 hours, you can reach 420 million customers, And within 3 hours, you can reach up to Moscow and reaching 760 million customers. So the location, I would say, is very, very good. But we are also a high-tech country. I really like this graph, this chart pie, because often people ask me here in Taiwan, yeah, we've been to Austria, we saw your country, what do you earn your money with? It's mostly tourism, right? I say yes and no, because of course tourism is a very important part of our GDP, but it's only 15%. If you compare it with industrial production, it's 29%. And I think this is really quite impressive, especially if you compare it with other industrialized nations. We are up there in the very top globally when it comes to industrial production. This actually made us go through the financial crisis quite well. We were one of the countries who were last hit of the European financial crisis because we have a substantial part of industrial production in our country. Industry needs a lot of bright heads and a lot of research. So in the last 15 years, the EU research funds have increased by 13%. In Austria, we invested more than 60%. So the funds increased, the expenditures in research. I think this is quite impressive. Also, if you look at the total numbers, we spent 3% of our GDP for research. The average in the European Union is only 2%. So also there, I think we're among the top 3 in the European Union when it comes to spending for research. At the same time, being an industrial country doesn't have the nicest sound, right? You think, oh, polluted cities, really bad living environment, but it's really wrong. At the same time, we're one of the most livable countries in the world. There are many, many indexes and, of service, but one is that is often used by experts and international organizations is the Mercer Quality of Living Index. And for the last 8 years, we've been ranked, or Vienna has been ranked, the most livable city in the world. So this is really, distracting me a little bit. So if you see those facts, so a lot of research, very livable environment, very central location in Europe, of course, it's a perfect location to start your business. That's also what the Austrian government says. We want to be #1 startup capital in Europe. It's always easier said than done, right? Everyone says, oh, we want to be #1. But it's not only us saying this, it's also others saying it in the media. And for example, We Accelerate is the largest startup hub in the Central Eastern European region, is opening up a huge center in Vienna. Then there's the European Startup Initiative. They also say Vienna is one of the top places to start a business. And Talent Garden is another example. They just opened their first center in Vienna for the German-speaking areas. So, yeah, I hope we get there very soon. The Austrian government also made a startup package. So, investing 185 million euros into all the things that make it easier to build up your business, from digitalization of the processes to register your company to premiums for investors, and so on and so on. Startup visas, so you can work and travel there in the Schengen room, giving you access to the entire European Union. So all of this already is bearing some fruits. I'll just show you some of the most known, globally most known startups. This is, for example, Rantastic. It was sold in 2015 to Adidas for 220 million euro, and it's now one of the most successful fitness apps in the world. Or there's Spock, which is a flea market app. Of course, there's much more companies coming out of Austria, from life sciences to online payments, to gaming and betting, and I could go on and on and on for maybe another hour or so, but to be honest, it's much more interesting to hear the real stories and to see the real people. That's why I have to say I'm really, really happy that the Austrian delegation of startups is coming to Taiwan, spending those 2 days to come here to get to know all of you out of Hong Kong, where they were staying 3 weeks, to get to know that ecosystem. And to come here and get a sense of Taiwan, what this island is good for, to get a sense for the people. Unfortunately, we don't have too much time for the outstanding food you serve on this island, but still, yes, in that sense, I want to encourage you all to take this opportunity tonight. There's a lot of diversity here in this room. There's startups, there's creatives, there's investors. So take this opportunity to mingle, to mix, to share ideas, to find maybe your Taiwanese or Austrian counterpart that is doing a similar stuff, and to inspire yourselves. So in that sense, I don't want to hold you up any longer. Let's go give the floor to the Austrian and Taiwanese startups. I almost forgot that because we also have 3 excellent Taiwanese startups here tonight that are sharing the floor with the Austrians. So give it a hand to the startups tonight and welcome the first on the stage.
Thank you. So now. Hello? Hello. Oh, finally you want me to speak. Thank you. Okay, so thanks, Stefano's sharing time. So now is a Q&A section. Do you guys have any questions about that Stefano's presentation? If you have, just please don't be shy. Raise your hand, let us know, and then we will give you the microphone.
Are you married?
Yes, I'm married, yes. My wife is sitting here, actually.
The wife's there, okay.
Yeah, but you knew that already.
Okay.
We can hang out later and, talk.
I think that's the only questions you guys want to ask, so that's why. Okay, so really? 3, 2, 1? No questions to Stefano? So sad. It's fine, I have a questions for you. I want you to challenge that. Would you mind to come here? Because I think he wants to take many photo of you.
Okay.
Send to many Taiwanese girls.
Oh, now I get the journalist questions or the nice questions?
Journalist question can be nice as well, and sometimes can be tough.
Let's see.
Okay, so my question is, after your presentation, what's the core message that Austrian government want to send to the startup?
To the startups in Taiwan?
Mainly in Asia, let's say mainly in Asia. Do you have any specific message?
Well, I think the core message that I can't really talk about the Austrian government, but that I want to send to the people in Taiwan, having lived here 2 years, is that Taiwan is a very open, very creative island, and there's also a lot of talent here, and often from an Austrian perspective it's not really seen because it's far away, it's in Europe, it's also a small country. So I think especially those smaller countries that might have a little bit of a marketing issue on the global stage, they should connect more because they have similar backgrounds, similar sizes, and often also similar issues that they're dealing with. So that's maybe my message. I think Austria could profit much more from working with Taiwan and vice versa.
Okay. So, I'll let you pass it because I know you had a hot day as well. Please give applause.
All right. See you all later.
Okay, so now it's really a short time for Section A's Austrian team to come on the stage. The first one, I would like to invite Dr. Barbara from Chatbot Agency. So Chatbot Agency is help you to develop your digital communication. I know it sounds so vague from my mouth, so I think it's better let the expert speak more. Please kindly welcome her. Thank you.
So, hello guys. My name is Dr. Barbara Ondrisek. I'm the founder and CEO from the Chatbots Agency. And what we do is, super simply put, we build chatbots. Why chatbots? Who has already used the chatbot? Who has used Amazon Alexa or Siri on Apple? Okay, so there is some potential here in the room. The Western world was kind of disrupted when Mark Zuckerberg announced on their F8 conference last year to open up their API to the public, their messaging API. And Mark Zuckerberg said that you should use Messenger, Facebook Messenger, you should use Facebook Messenger as a service to connect to the digital services like you text a friend. So why chatbots? Chatbots are, in contrast to customer service, 24 hours, 7 days a week available. They are always nice to you. They can do automated tasks, and they save you money. They have instant replies for you. They are precise and efficient, and especially you don't have to download an app for it. We experience now an app fatigue, and the solution for that is chatbots. Why are we now in Hong Kong? We are especially here in Hong Kong for WeChat, to evaluate the Yeah, but we are here for the Go Hong Kong program. Okay, so we are in Hong Kong and in China for WeChat. Because in WeChat we have, we as a Western country, we see the future of messaging. So in WeChat yourself, you can book your doctor's appointments, pay your fee or the taxi and so on. Who is a WeChat user of you? Okay, so there's also some potential here also. So in WeChat we see the future of messaging. E-commerce systems are far more integrated in WeChat than we are used to it in contrast to the Line app or Facebook Messenger or so on. You can pay with WeChat, for instance, and WeChat, the platform, opened their API to chatbots 2013 already. So we see like the future of messaging in WeChat. From the chatbots agency itself, our flagship product is Meet or the Hipster Catbot. This chatbot helps you discover the best places worldwide. This chatbot is based on a cat, like my cat at home, and she's funny and nice to talk to. So she's very engaging and recommends you venues worldwide. So when you ever want to visit Vienna, this is the place to go when you want to see the really cool places. But it works worldwide, so you can also use it in Sydney or in Hong Kong, for instance, or in Taiwan. So I just want to tell you a little bit about our team. So we are the chatbots agency. I'm the founder together with Clip Kabatais. We are a group of experts in Vienna. We have journalists, linguists, and also UX designers in our team to focus on the chatbots, the chatbot development, especially creating virtual personalities. Our services are that we create chatbots as custom-made products for our customers. And our customers are, for instance, Vodafone, that is very, very commonly known, and a couple of big Austrian companies also. Falstaff is also in the German-speaking region, very popular. And that's all from me. If you want to talk about chatbots, come to me.
Thank you, Robert. We're going to leave the Q&A session after 4 stops sharing. So have a seat. And we can let the audience to think about what kind of question they would like to ask. So, okay, so next one we'd like to invite, let's go X-Troy. Have you ever played the video games or something? Anyone? Yeah, I believe everyone did, so. Yeah, they're just as shy as Katie. So I believe that Lisa from X-Ray will show us something cool. Lisa. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go forward, go back.
Hi guys. I'm Victor from X-Ray, and we bring the fun of video games to the real world. Who of you know this guy? Yeah, video games are awesome. They bring us fun, excitement, they even educate us. But being stick for hours in front of mobile phone or TV, it's not the best way to spend time. So what about to bring all the fun and excitement of video games outdoors to any park, backyard or playground? We make it possible with the X-Droid, the first gamification kit for your toys. You take your beloved toys with you, put the small sticker, we call it X-Tag, on it, put the X points on the ground, start the gaming app, and here the fun begins. With this environment, you can actually transfer almost any game scenario to the real world, starting from domination, capture the flag, any kind of racing games. Moreover, we would allow our customers to develop their very own games. So in this way, we are not only creating a product, but building a strong and motivated community. To keep it simple, we are replacing virtual gaming vehicles with a remote-controlled toys equipped with special tags. We call them X-Tags. People can collect scores and bonuses driving over small discs. We call them X-Points. And you can even apply superpowers against your opponents using our gaming app. We understand that our project is really community-based. That's why we decided to distribute X-Tags for free as a promotional materials, sell X-Points in a really achievable way, and make profits using our in-app purchases, selling the games. We also have in mind the shared profit model with our potential creators, people who would develop the games. You would be surprised, but remote control toys market is growing. Not only growing, but also accelerating its growth. It would be the fastest growing category in the whole toy industry till 2020. We would initially focus on DACH region and US with a specific target audience for 4.8 million people who are already buying online remote control toys, and with an addressable market of $6 billion US. We have a competition, and we know our competitors really well. X-Droid stands out for a community, with possibility to create unlimited number of games. Share this experience with your friend, and apply this ecosystem to any of existing toys. We believe that we would blow up this market. The team behind X-Droid is 5 passionate entrepreneurs with really diverse backgrounds, starting from hardware to software, marketing, education. We're also proud to have Bob Hisrich as our advisor. We are now in a relatively early stage and just closed the first round of investment. We are now looking forward to a long-term relationship with the potential investors to close the venture capital round in the beginning of the next year. Our huge next milestone is Kickstarter campaign till the end of this year. So there are already hundreds of people who enjoyed fun and excitement of X-Droid, and I believe you're already curious to try it. So feel free to go to Kickstarter, search for our project when it would be available, and support us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Victor. So how many time left of the Kickstarter project? How many time left? How many days? Couple of months. Okay, great. So great, some more support.
Distribute it.
Oh, sure, of course. Thank you. Thanks. So maybe we can show them the ad or something after the event. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one is it's kind of hard to understand. The name of the company is Storm, STORM. I'm not sure what the each character means. So let's welcome Marcus.
I'm not Marcus.
You're not Marcus. I'm sorry. I thought you were.
No, sorry, we had to change.
Okay.
But anyhow, my name is Peter. Good evening, everybody, and I have to say it's a pleasure to be back to Taiwan. This is not the first time for me, and it's always a big impression, and I appreciate every minute being here. Thank you. I'm one of 4 co-founders of Stormhedge Solutions, which is a financial startup, and let me ask you, who in this splendid audience is in finance? All right, good to know. Well, I'm going to take you now through the story of our flagship product, the Financial Navigator, which is a modern tool to automate investment protection. The mastermind behind this is Marcus. Marcus, could you please stand up for a while? Thank you.
Oh, this is the real Marcus.
All right. Now, let's kick it off. I reckon most of you are familiar with the big crisis we had in 1997 in Asia. and later on with the subprime crisis in 2008, right? That was the rationale when we started thinking about hedging, thinking about value protection. Because at that time, people did not just lose billions of dollars, they lost their homes, they lost sometimes their lives. And if you think this happens just once in 10 years, you're damn wrong, because shown with this example, we can demonstrate that it actually happened 4 times in 15 years in Germany with the DAX index. Now just imagine you avoided all those drops, you stayed in and kept your investment. This is where we said we have to do something, because most of those drops in Asia in 1997 and later on was emotional. What we know in terms of financial behavior. The amygdalas in your brain take control. You panic, you follow the herds, and you miss the moment when to intervene. So we said, let's build the financial navigator. We take out the emotions, and we make sure that whatever needs to be done in the right time is done at the right time. We do not tell you where you have to invest or where you should invest. We are going to tell you when it's the moment to take care of your investment. It's not speculation, it's not crystal balling, it's pure rationale. Hedging. Of course, we offer quite a comprehensive user interface. You can snatch up immediately, on time, 24/7, the drivers in the market, the decisions to be taken as proposed by the system, documented and transparent. We call it systematic, tactical overlay and risk management. Hence the acronym STORM. Okay? And as I said, mastermind Marcus made a lot of money when others lost their money. So he said, well, let's take this experience, cast it into an algorithm, and make it available to everybody. So it is an artificial intelligence technology out of real life experience, AI to be found in a self-learning, self-calibrating, and self-optimizing suite of solutions, actually. It allows, as I already explained, automated, instant decision-making, no knee-jerking, no thinking in cycles, just reacting on the spot. Fully automated risk hedging and value protection, performance generation for your investment. Does it work? It does. The system is up and running for the last 2 years. We managed to outperform the German market by about 20%. For those who are used to fact sheets in terms of maximum drawdowns and overall performance, here are the details. If you have questions, just let me know. The same for 2017. We can scale it up. We have a number of customer segments identified. We cover all major indices on the markets. And with all those features, as I already mentioned, timestamped, documented as a B2B system, globally applicable. The beauty is it can also be taken for internal process and workflow automation. It cuts costs because it's a seamless, integratable system into your workflow, trade support, and so on. Obviously, we do have a sophisticated revenue model which allows us to take our earnings. And we have strategic partners. We are teaming up with the Reuters and the Bloombergs for data feed and others to come. The system is up and running in beta installations in Europe and as of this week in Hong Kong. And those are the guys who are behind this. Marcus, the top 3 performing portfolio manager in Germany. Harald, the head of IT. Christian, the lecturer at the Frankfurt School of Finance and the Vienna University, and myself. We did a lot in the past, and there's more to come. As I already said, we are looking for strategic partners in Asia, not just Hong Kong, but also in this place. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So hi, Marcus. Hello. Okay, so the next one. The next one is looking for manufacturers and suppliers of LCD panels and touch sensors or something. Taiwan is your best choice. Okay? They're making large interactive services. Okay, so let's welcome Johan.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Yay.
Pleasure to see all of you at the Meet venue. Let's start the presentation.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you can have 2 if you like.
How about 3?
4.
Stop counting.
I usually stop at 10.
9.
10. Our story started in a super funny way. So my name is Johan from Table Connect. And our initial plan was to make a super funny video for YouTube. And we made this video. It was basically a giant table. Okay, here is the presentation. It was a giant table. We connected an iPhone, and suddenly the display of the iPhone was mirrored to the surface of the table, and you were able to control the whole table via touch gestures. And yeah, we thought an iPhone 100 times bigger than a real iPhone would be 100 times as attractive, and we make a lot of views. And to be honest, the whole thing went viral. So we became YouTube #1 on a single day worldwide, and we received tons of buying requests. We had no idea someone wants to buy a thing like that. Everything was fake. So the whole video was made up with After Effects, special effects, with friends that are 3D artists. And so we had a problem. Worldwide coverage, all news outlets all over the world reported about this great product, and who are the strange Austrians behind it, because no one was able to see our faces, names, or something else. Fast forward to today. Nowadays we have many customers, starting from Fortune 500 companies like L'Oreal, Volkswagen, Porsche, or others, down to small startups like one of our favorite startups in Austria, Playbrush. But what do we do? In general, we make large interactive surfaces. We add the value of interactive user interfaces to any kind of surface. To give you a more detailed overview about our products, on the left-hand side you see the most premium, most advanced touch table in the world. As you can see, due to the specific design, you can use it in a portrait mode, landscape and table mode. And on the right-hand side, the same technology without the frame and the legs that can be integrated into third-party installations like smart furniture, into kitchens, point-of-sale installations, point-of-interest installations. Here you can see some of the pictures of our technology in use. For example, on the left-hand side, me standing in front of the table application again, the kitchen application. On the right-hand side, some media that uses our products to confront interview partners immediately with content, and as a couch table for hotels on the right lower side, for example. Our business model is super simple and really old school. We sell products. And we rent out some of our products. In some cases we have an annual license fee for special software that is added to a product. The market that is addressable for our product is quite big. It's some 100,000 units a year, and it has a 2-digit growth rate every year. At time we mainly focus in the B2B area, the retail and office equipment market. Our roadmap, and one of the main reasons why I spend and enjoy time in Asia, is we try to improve our supply chain management to reduce our manufacturing costs, because this is the only limitation for our market at time. The only reason why we don't sell products sometimes is because it's premium, it's made in Austria, it's really expensive at time, but this will change. That's the reason why I'm here in Taiwan and in the Hong Kong Shenzhen area, to find production and supply chain management partners to lower the manufacturing costs and to go into mass production. Our final goal is to go back away from the B2B market, to be able to address the B2C market, and to give the opportunity to every one of you to buy a cool interactive couch table to control your smart home in the future and play games for your X-Droid. In addition to that, we sell already all our products on a worldwide scale except in Asia. Therefore, we are looking for retail partners, and we already made many meetings in the Asian region. Some of our highlights, within the last time we made already more than 700,000 euros in revenue, global sales, expert companies, big corporations that want to integrate our technology into trains, furniture and other applications, patented, media coverage all over the world, and all the way along we won some international awards. With a very good complementary team that is able to cover all business-related tasks from R&D to production to marketing and sales. That was my presentation. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. Now or later, I think this is the second block. Therefore, the Q&A session starts. I don't know. The most important thing, go to YouTube and Google our video. It's super funny. 4 million views, prove it's funny, and enjoy it. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Thanks, Johan. And yes, when you see me, it's a Q&A section, so it's the same for all the attendees today. Have any questions for our four promising, very excellent Austrian team? Anyone? Okay, please. 地麦大使，请。
So I have a question for Chatbot Agency.
Okay, Chatbot Agency. Okay.
Yeah. So my question is very simple. It's really interesting to me that you as an Australian startup, but you successfully penetrate Austrian startup. Yeah. So I was. Yeah. So it's really interesting to me that you can penetrate the China WeChat market. Have you done that yet already successfully? Yeah.
It's a little bit hard as an European startup.
That's my question.
So, yeah.
What did you do when?
We are here, so that's why we're in the program to evaluate the Chinese market, how to get into China. And it's a little bit complicated because you have to incorporate in China. There are a couple of workarounds with a Hong Kong business license and so on, and but our chatbot, Meets the Hipster Catbot, is already available on WeChat.
Yeah, that's my question. It's really interesting to me that as a Western startup, you choose, not only choose, but you successfully made it penetrate the market. Yeah, we have especially two different types of business focus. The one is the agency business, where we do custom-built chatbots for our clients, and the other one is Meet the Hipster Catbot that helps you discover big places. We already have a lot of traction. We have 300,000 users already on our chatbot. But now we start on WeChat and Line and so on the Asian platforms also. Thank you.
Okay, anyone? Second questions? Because we have a time limitation. Okay, thank you. I think you know each other very well.
No.
No, okay.
I'm from Taiwan. 你看不出来吗? My question is for Storm. I would like to understand who your major competitors are in your view, and how do you make... You said you don't tell people whether to buy and sell. You just you give them a recommendation, or what are they going to base their decision?
Well, what we have implemented is a multi-layered decision system, a support system, which triggers trading information for hedging instruments like futures and ETFs. Right? It does this with a whole set of qualifying side information as well. Why are we doing this? Because on one side, we do have to request for fully automated integrated systems by which the trigger basically triggers the brokering and the consequential workflow. On the other side, we have individuals who want to understand why certain actions are to be taken as the system qualifies its rationale of setting a signal. We have identified, I guess, a dozen of similar systems because basically we are cooperating with the Bloombergs and the Thomson Reuters, and we had obviously the same discussion. All the systems available on the market cannot compare to ours because it's a much more horizontal and vertically integrated and expandable system which goes far beyond the single index. Can I answer your question?
Other than saying who you think are the key competitors?
I can give you the names. Slips my tongue, but we can talk about this later on because it's a whole set, as I said, a dozen of companies providing similar information, but not in the same quality as we can. And number two, now this system is meant to address, I would say, the second tier in asset management. Because here we realize the biggest demand, not the big guys. It's actually a segment which needs support systems for a number of reasons, be it for being more professional, or be it faster, or well documented. Because you have to stay in front of your customer who has his skin in the game to justify a decision. And this is done automatically. So it's basically an automatic archiving system. You can take it for robo-advisory purposes further on. And I think the beauty again is that we can plug in a number of other solutions which I'm hopefully to identify also here in Taiwan as we do stretch out in all financial centers worldwide, because we think that in the future, when talking about digital finance, we're going to have a number of packaged solutions, and it's not just a single one.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, because we have a time limitation. Sorry to interrupt, I'm so sorry. So please, thank you, and please get back to the seat. Thank you so much. Okay, so now is heading to the section B for the next four amazing Austrian teams to come on stage. So the next one, I'm very honored to invite the social bet, Mr. Paul, on the stage, please. So, Mr. Paul, the social bet is a platform for e-sport. I almost say e-commerce because I just interviewed e-commerce yesterday. I'm sorry, e-sport. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. So, hey, I'm Paul, and I'm going to tell you 3 stories about our cool and amazing startup. So the first story is, when I was a little child, maybe 10, 12 years old, I really enjoyed playing computer games. Let me ask you the question, who of you already played computer games in this room? Just give me a hand. Okay, not that many actually. But back then, I couldn't imagine that this business is going to $1 billion business. And actually, there we are right now. So let me give you an example. Does anybody have heard about League of Legends? League of Legends, does anybody know it? Okay. Last year the finals were in Germany, in Cologne, in the Mercedes-Benz Arena. More than 40,000 people crowded, 3 days, every day sold out. There are 5 people sitting in front of a computer. On the other side of the stage, also 5 people in front of a computer, playing against each other, and a big screen in the middle. On the internet, more than 40 million people were watching these tournaments. And just to give you an idea how big that is. The market will grow by a factor of 20 within the next 4 years. Esports will grow by a factor of 20. And also traditional sports clubs, like famous European football clubs. For example, you for sure know Manchester City setting up esports teams right now. So it's really becoming mainstream. So that's basically the first part of the story. The second part of the story is, we don't like how online betting is working right now. We think it's a big disappointment, because it sets you up as a sports fan, as a hobby, against a professional you have to bet against the bookmaker, against the company. And if you bet like 10 or 12 times, probably all of your money is gone and moved to the company. That's why we created HeroSphere. That's a solution where you can challenge your friends and your colleagues, or even the whole HeroSphere community. So it's a peer-to-peer platform, and it's you against your friends. So let me tell you a bit about our numbers. We have more than 180k users on our platform already within 1 year. 1 year ago it was our foundation. And these players played more than 1.5 million bets on our website. And on good days, more than 6,000 people are joining our platform every day. So, and now the third story, we are now, at the moment, moving our whole platform to the blockchain. Because with betting providers, there's a big issue with scams, trust problems. Therefore, we're moving our whole platform to the blockchain, which is very secure, brings trust to the people, and the best, it's transparent. So we are going to launch our own token, our own coin, on a blockchain basis. What we are going to do there is to launch an ICO, which means initial coin offering. It's like an IPO, but we offer our coin to the public. And here's 3 examples of recent ICOs. Like the first one is the basic attention token, sold more than 35 million US dollars in 34 seconds. And the last example is an ICO with $5 million, and 8 months later, the market cap of the company is over 100 million. So also 20 times the investment. So I really want to enforce you guys to invest in ICOs, regardless of HeroSphere. You can try also other ones, but it's a really amazing investment opportunity. And also for startups, it's the new type of crowdfunding. So really have a look on that. We have an amazing team. We're working day and night. That's why the other 2 people, Bernhard and Philipp, cannot join me, because they're working in Austria now on the blockchain project. We have amazing investors. We have the founder and the former CFO of bwin, which is the biggest betting company in Austria and one of the biggest in Europe. We have the senior partner of Boston Consulting Group on our side. And yesterday we had the signing of the second funding round, and they're the founder of PaySafeCard and Payolution joined our network. PaySafeCard is the biggest payments provider in the esports economic system. So what are we looking for? We are looking now for investors for our ICO, which is going to launch in September. So have a look on that. And why invest in us? Esports is a big market. It's becoming mainstream. And people also want to gamble in esports like they do in normal sports. And we have the perfect platform for the needs and demands. So thank you very much. And the ICO is a great opportunity to invest in a company.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Esports is very active, very, very active in Taiwan also. So I strongly recommend you that you can expand your business here in Taiwan. Okay? Yeah, happy to see you here. Okay, the next one is also, a little bit difficult to me. It's a DNA prototyping device. Okay, but one thing that I noticed is very special in its introduction that their personal DNA synthesizer always hard work. The machine he made, you can use it as simple as just like an espresso machine， 就像那个浓缩咖啡机一样简单，用来检测 DNA。It's hard to imagine, right? Let's welcome Alexander.
Hello. Nice to be here tonight. I'm not yet married, by the way, but of course not nearly as handsome as Stefano. Sorry. So genetic engineering is the topic I want to introduce you tonight. May I ask who of you has used products derived from genetic engineering in all your life? Okay, label. Let me tell you that many products today use in some kind of genetic engineering. Actually, most of you probably have used products derived from genetic engineering. Either it's washing powder, so enzymes found in washing powder are produced by genetic engineering. Also, enzymes used to produce cheese, and one of the most important topics, pharmaceuticals. So most pharmaceuticals today actually are produced or are products of genetic engineering. What is essential to all these developments is synthetic DNA. So I've been working in a lab for quite some years, and I frequently needed new synthetic DNA because that's like the most important tool in any life science lab. But here does the problem start. So this is how labs today get the DNA. It's an outsourced service. Most labs order DNA from outsourced service providers, which of course takes quite some time. So most of the time I had to wait 2 or even 3 days. That's once every week. So you can imagine my research and the research of my whole group was frequently stopped. So that's why we came up with the idea of a personal DNA synthesizer. We developed Kilobaser. Kilobaser is the Nespresso machine for DNA synthesis. Our aim is to make DNA synthesis as easy as brewing a cup of coffee. Our device is based on 2 modern technologies. It's on the one hand microfluidic technology, which allows us to use way less reagents than before. And on the other hand, single reagent cartridge. So all the reagents you need are just in one disposable. Of course, we use a kind of razor blade model to earn money. That's why we can also sell the machine for a really good price. That's how the market looks like. It's about a bit more than $1 billion right now, growing really fast to more than $2 billion in 2020. And about my team, so myself, I'm Alex Mura. I'm the founder of the startup. I have a background in biotechnology. My colleague to the left, Martin Jost, has also a background in molecular biology and software developing. And our colleague Bernhard Tittelbach, who has a background in computer science and electrical engineering. So that's what we're looking for, about 3 million euros. We've raised so far 1.5 million euros in the past 2 years. So next year we're looking for another investment of 3 million euros. Right now we work on the zero series, so we're planning to bring the device to first early adopters mid next year. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alexander. I have to. Do you want to perform another magic trick here? No? Okay. It's just a small joke between us. Okay, next one. Okay, next one is unity, right? Am I saying right? Okay. How unity. Let's welcome Stefan to share his startup. Stefan.
I'll wait actually for the first slide, because that's my intro. Where is it? But it's actually, before I start, very, very nice that so many people are here. And yeah, we are very surprised when we came here today to hear that such a big event will happen. However, now I can start. First slide is here. The guy on the picture, that's me. So yes, I do actually fulfill the Austrian stereotype. I love skiing. But before I continue on this topic here, skiing, mountains, cold, I will let you know what we do in one sentence, because that's actually what in the startup world everyone is telling you. You have to pitch your startup in one sentence. We help people not to worry about expensive sports equipment. We help people not to worry about expensive sports equipment. We started in the winter sports industry. Actually, we developed a device called Never Lose. It helps you not to, if you lose a ski in deep snow, to find it again. I'm pretty sure very few people here are familiar with this. However, What else? It also helps you, if my slides continue, it also helps you if someone is trying to steal your skis, that you get a notification on your smartphone. And that's where we started the last winter season. And we got the feedback from the market that they would like to have this product for bicycles. We sold a couple of thousand devices, and they said the bicycle market is even more interesting, because then it's not only interesting for the Alps and for Austria, then it's also interesting for worldwide production and worldwide distribution. So that's why we tapped into the bicycle market. And we improved our technology to GPS tracking. Before it was Bluetooth based. We have a mobile app and a tracking device. And we have actually 4-star solutions. So we believe that how you lock your bicycle nowadays is a 1-star solution, mechanical lock. If you have a mechanical lock together with an acoustic alarm or a GPS tracker hidden in a daylight, that's even better. And if you have a GPS tracker hidden in the frame of your bicycle, that's the best solution. So what we follow is the lean startup approach. We did these 4 solutions just to find out what the market really wants. And actually it's this 4-star solution on which we are working and which is the best-selling product so far. Hidden in a bicycle frame, GPS tracking. And that's what we sell under our own brand. What's even a better market is to sell it as a white label solution for e-bikes. Very popular now in Europe are pedelecs. So those are electrically assisted bicycles, small engine, as you can see here. It looks like this bicycle. Here you see the battery and you see the engine. And we provide actually a GPS tracker that expert shops can put into the engine within 5 minutes. It only takes them 5 minutes and then they have it. And their bicycle is already much more worth, easier to track, and it helps you to prevent anti-theft, or it prevents you to theft. So, just you don't have to look on the chart in detail, just that you see the pedelecs or the e-bike market is increasing rapidly in Europe, and especially on the German-speaking market, it's going, the sales is very big, meaning 50% of all bicycles or electric bicycles in Europe are sold in the German-speaking countries. We have 3 strong partners currently, 1 telco company, 1 insurance company, and 1 television company. The team behind, like the founding team, I have a background in mechatronics, in business development and in marketing. My colleague Chris, he worked for Swarovski before. We have seen a little bit in the intro video about Swarovski. He worked in industrialization, and he knows how to build up production lines and how to focus on quality management. Max, in the background, he's the one in charge for software and hardware development. To sum it up for you, yes, I love skiing. We started in the winter sports industry, so we are used to harsh environment. We tap into the bicycle market now with GPS tracking. We offer it under our own brand as well as a white label solution. And our business model actually is we have recurring revenues because of the. I've got a little bit interrupted because of time is up, but I still continue this one. So yeah, recurring revenues because of the GPS and GSM model, and yeah, we have been featured in a couple of magazines as well. What we are looking for, strong distribution and manufacturing partners, that's why we are here in Asia. And I'm very happy if you have any feedback about GPS tracking, manufacturing, or distribution of bicycles, please contact me afterwards. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Stefan, thank you. Actually, we're way behind the schedule. Like, we've been late for 20 minutes, but who cares? Okay. So So this goes to the last startups of this session. Well, the special thing he provides is mattress. 有谁在线上买过床垫 mattress? Now, see, no Taiwanese.
No one has mattress.
They must have mattress, but they've never shopped online. 如果你想要试试看在线上买床垫 if you want to try to shop your specific individual custom-made mattress, you can try this one. Vesa.
Hello guys, my name is Sivas Szczepański, and before I even start, I would like to thank all of you for coming. The energy in this room, even though it dropped down until the last presentation from the Austrian side, is amazing. Look around, so many great faces and beautiful minds. Thank you so much for coming, and let's start with the presentation. I would ask you, who of you thinks that sleeping well is important? All right, almost everyone. And who of you knows what kind of mattress do you have and if it suits your needs? Like one person. So this is basically the major thing. We actually spend 33% of our lives sleeping, and we do not know anything about our mattresses. So what is the perfect mattress for you? What materials does this mattress should this mattress consist of? What is the difference between the mattress which costs $500 and $5,000? No idea. Why even we have to spend 2 or 3 hours in order at least to find our perfect mattress? What's your customer experience? You go to IKEA or any other mattress shop, you lie for 15 minutes on the mattress, you think, all right, this is more or less okay, this suits my budget, and that's it, you buy it, right? And if you do not like it, you send it back. And that's where the problem of the producer starts. Because every cent mattress cannot be resold. So this is a huge loss for him. That's why we thought that we have to provide a solution to give each customer an opportunity to buy their perfect mattress online and from the first attempt. And at the same time to help manufacturers to reduce the return rates significantly. And that's why we have built Hongi. It's the first truly customized modular mattress which is powered by a software algorithm behind that, which knows what is the perfect materials combination for you. So the mattress consists of 3 modular layers, and every layer can be either soft, elastic, or firm. And when you give us your data, in order to buy the mattress, you have to answer simple questions which last like 3 minutes, and we know what is the perfect mattress for you. The layers are interchangeable. That means that when you get your mattress, you have 100 days to test it. And if in 2 weeks you actually figure out that this is too soft or this is too firm, I don't like sleeping on that. You don't have to return it. You call us and we send you an exchangeable layer. So you change the combination and you make it either firmer or softer. This has huge number of different use cases. For example, 85% of pregnant women are not happy with the quality of their sleep in the last 2 months of their pregnancy. And we actually had last week the first case like this. Our customer called us and told, I cannot sleep, it's the last 3 weeks of my pregnancy, the belly is huge, the pressure on the spine is too big, and we exchanged the layers and now she is super happy. And she doesn't have to buy a new mattress. Our business model is very simple. We are selling customized products, mattresses, also customized pillows or slatted frames. And at the same time, we are seeking for a cooperation with hotels worldwide in order to enable them to become more competitive by offering their guests an adjustable bed. So imagine that wherever you go around the world and you stay in a hotel, you can have just the perfect mattress built for you. And this is a huge market. So we actually have 30 to 40% margins on every mattress. And the market is $25 billion every year in only the top 40 consuming countries. We have a lot of competitors, but we are better because no one of them can do exchangeable layers, and no one of them can roll inner spring mattresses, which are actually the most beloved models worldwide. We have already achieved a lot. We are online since January, and we made more than 40,000 euros revenues. We are funded by Indiegogo. We have accomplished the freedom to operate in the USA, and we have signed the cooperation with the biggest manufacturer in the world. And this is all thanks to a great team. We have two mattress experts on board, like Peter Laya and Artem Belov. We have an online marketing guru, Felix Wunderwald, and all the other amazing guys. Now we're searching for $2.5 million investment in order to scale for further markets. And thank you very much for your attention. Do not hesitate. Just ping me after the presentation and I will answer your questions more in detail. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So now is a Q&A section again, not okay. Okay, so after listening so many good things from the Austrian team, do you guys have any questions? We have 5 minutes. Please don't hesitate. As Vesa said, don't hesitate. No? No any questions? Okay, that's one. So, may I ask just 14, please come to the stage? Yeah, because we have one question so far. It's the same.
Actually, I got two questions. The first one is for the bicycle location company. Yes. How long does the battery last for? A couple of days. And the second question is for the mattress. Is it possible to apply your smart material onto automobile seats? Because that will be more viable.
Would you like to answer first? Yeah, sure. So the question was, how long does the battery last for the GPS tracker? Actually, a very good question, because that's a big topic when it comes to GPS tracking, because as we all know from smartphones, battery is draining very fast if you use GPS location. What we do is actually, first to answer the question, it lasts up to half a year. And we are improving it because it only sends the GPS signal if there's a real theft scenario. So meaning you drive your bicycle and it's not sending nothing. You just drive your bicycle. You put your bicycle somewhere, you lock it with your smartphone, you go away. If in this case someone is moving your bike and going away with it, then it's sending the GPS signal, and then you have quite some time to find the thief and to locate your bike. That's the first scenario. Second scenario, you use it on the e-bike. So we actually plug it in the engine to the battery, and then you can also do active tracking, and therefore you can track your bikes, you can track your tours, can see how fast you drive, things like that, and you have many possibilities to improve the experience.
Thank you for your question. It's a very good question, actually. We can produce different seats for automobiles, and then it would be an option for every customer who is planning to buy a car to choose the softness or firmness of the seats. So yes, it's possible. We are not considering it for now because we didn't have such requests so far, and we have to focus. So there is still a lot of potential. But if you're from the automobile industry, we can talk afterwards. Thank you.
Any questions? Since we have a little bit time. Okay?
Yeah, about the mattress thing. Because you said about you want to do like cooperating with the hotel so that every customer they go to hotel, they can sleep on the bed that has the perfect fit on them. Since I always have like sleeping problems with the hotels, So I'm just thinking, have you ever thought about like investing or whatever, expanding your business to the Asian area, and so that we can have some kind of service like this? And how much do you charge for like a personal customized bed and stuff like that? Because I just graduated, so I don't have a lot of money for that. I just want to.
Good point. Okay,
So I just want to know. Yeah, I just want to know that if I want to sleep well, do I have to pay like a ton of money for that? I mean, it's probably like reasonable, but I still. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's a very good question. There are actually some customized beds on the market right now, and they're like really overpriced. So we are a mass product. Our mattress, for example, in Europe costs starting from the 400 euros for the smallest, it's like for one person bed, and the cheapest combination, and the most expensive combination for a 2 meters bed wide is 1,400 euros. So it's not much.
What's the purpose of the 2-meter bed?
Well, you just graduated, but wait. I think you will understand what's the purpose really, really soon.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. That's an excellent Q&A section. So may I ask you to go back to the seat, because later is a Taiwan Power, because we also have, don't forget, this even is an Austrian night today, that we have an excellent 3 Taiwanese team. So the first is called Yokto. I think my pronunciation is right, Yokto. So Yokto is specialized in AI, in chatbot, like the Barbara. So I think it's your counterpart in Asia. So don't say the verses. It's like it changed the different opinion, different story, different experience. So please kindly welcome our first speaker from Taiwan team. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Rick. I'm actually a professor in electrical engineering department at National Taiwan University, and I'm also the co-founder of Yokto. So in Yokto, the next one, maybe next page. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. So at Yokto, we aim to build the best chatbot in Chinese community. So sorry, Baba, maybe not in Hong Kong for now. So why the next one? So why do we have such confidence to say so? As a technology-driven company, maybe the previous one. Okay. As a technology-driven company, these are the 4 key competencies of our company. First, we actually have a homebrew bot building framework. So I wonder how many of you have built a chatbot? Yeah, cool. But I think even though there are many open bot building framework, we think that they are not good enough. So especially when we want to support messaging platform, and also want to support the traditional or simplified Chinese chatbot. So we try to build our homebrew chatbot framework. And then we have trained our Chinese NLP engine. We actually have trained like over 250 million dialogues on our engine. So it's kind of smart. And we also have our own web crawler. So as you know, as a chatbot, you need to have some knowledge. So the internet is the resource for you to acquire knowledge. So we build our crawler to acquire to have an efficient and fast collecting of data. And then we, as an AI company, we also have the capability to build a personalized recommendation system. So I think with this combination, we are able to build a chatbot, best chatbot. And we have 2 product lines. The first one is called Aloha AI. It's for customer service chatbot solution. So it enables you to engage your customers anytime, everywhere. So for example, so this is just a customer service part for a fund investment company. And then also, have you heard about Beta of Dunkirk? So this is a new movie from Dr. Nolan. And we actually officially built a chatbot for him. So that's a movie teaser bot. And also we also have the exhibition bot in April. So and our next slide, please. And our next product line is called Polar.ai. It's a personal social listening chatbot. So basically, imagine if you have a virtual agent, a chatbot agent, that can collect the information and kind of filtering the information and send a message to your line or messenger bot for you. So you save your time to browse or search for lots of readings and information online, and then you can really have a customized chatbot agent, like an information agent for you. So this is our next second product. So at Yoto, the next one. Okay. So at Yoto, we try to build a bot framework, and actually we are going to open source it in maybe Q4. And also we will provide our Chinese NLP API service also in Q4. So I think you are also very welcome to join our open source project and also try to use our NLU engine. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Rick. Okay, so this is the battle between chatbots. I'm just kidding. Okay, so the next Taiwanese team, I really love their product because, people like us who has the high blood pressure issue, and people like us already comes to the middle age. If you want to measure your blood pressure, you used to have to use a band or something and press the button, wait for like 60 seconds and to get the result, right? That's really a troubled and bad experience. So if you use the free scan, it's a little tiny device. You can just put the device right here, so you can get the result of your blood pressure. Okay. Let's see how it goes. Free scan.
Good evening, everybody. I'm from Taiwan, and I think I'm very happy to come here for the second time. I think I have been here, and I call my company, from my sense, still a startup, but my company is already 5 years old. So why this is so old startup? Because we are doing medical devices, and medical devices, we're doing it from scratch. So we spent more than 3 years to develop. So we have no income at all. And we have to spend for more than 1 year to pass, to get the medical certificate. So it's already almost 5 years. So what our program is? Oh, okay. You can see these are small devices in your hand. It is a cardless blood pressure monitor, but not just blood pressure monitors, because it can text more signals. For example, you can take your ECG. You can tell you your artery age, how old your artery age is. So why we have to provide so many parameters in one devices? We all know blood pressure is very important, but taking only blood pressure is not enough. Why? How come every time it's come to the first page? Okay, here there's several numbers, many numbers, but I think the most important one is every year we have more than 6 million people die because of stroke. And this number, in 2015, among all the deaths, 11% of deaths is from stroke. So I think this is a very big number. Stroke is a very big risk of death. And it's a little bit medical. I don't want to go too much. We just remember that there are two kinds of stroke. The one is that break your arteries. The other one is that block your arteries. So basically, there are three kinds of. The first one is caused by hypertension. The second one may be caused by artery stiffening or caused by atrial fibrillations. Both of these will form clots that will block your artery, so you get a stroke. But according to American Heart Association, 80% of all strokes can be prevented. So now we have a very interesting numbers. 11% of all deaths is caused by stroke. But American Heart Association, they told us that 80% of stroke can be prevented. So it's a very interesting number. So that's why we developed this product. Our product, it can detect three parameters at the same time. The first one, artery stiffness. Second one, atrial fibrillation and hypertension. Just in one small devices. It is a little bit medical, technical. I don't want to go too deep to, but you can see in such a small devices, there are three electrodes. There's pulse sensors. So when you take a measurement like this, just put the device on your pulse location. In Chinese, we call it a pulse film. We can take your ECG and the pulse waveform. So based on this pulse waveform, we can have we call it the pulse transition time, which means the pulse from your heart to your radio positions. So, to make it more simple, if your artery is more softer, it will be like this. So the transverse time will be slower. But if your artery is stiffer, like this, the transition time will be faster. That's very easy. So of course we come with an app, because with the tiny devices, every measurement that comes to the app, to the cloud, we can give you a report. So on the back-end side, we have a doctors. You can track your measurement and give you advices and give you a monthly report. That's it. So which way are we going to go? One is falling into the 11%, which deaths by stroke, or the other side, join the 80% who can, the stroke can be prevented. That's for risk and my sense. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Where can I get one of this? Where can I get one of this?
Very soon, because it's taken even longer to pass a certificate in Taiwan. Yes, we get the certificate in Europe. It's faster, but longer time in Taiwan.
so maybe you guys can buy it earlier in Austria than in Taiwan, right?
Yes, we are going to launch in Austria.
Okay, good. Too bad, but good for you. Okay, the third startup I'm going to introduce is when Apple Pay comes to Taiwan, there's only one Taiwanese startup that Apple to work with. It is TapPay. Let's welcome Stephen.
Hi, good night, everyone. My name is Stephen. I'm working at TapPay as CEO. So before we start to introduce what is TapPay, let's start simply from what we change for our customers. So let's see, before they integrate TapPay, there's many steps before the customer get paid. The website get paid. So on e-commerce website, they select a specific of merchandise, and then they click on buy. And then they will bring to a page with a lot of confirmations and ask you to fill your personal infos and shipping informations. And the last step, you will be bringing out to a stuff called pay page redirections. That is a totally different site from your own merchant site. It's provided by banks or, let's say, third-party payment processors. So there's two problems on the existing solutions. First of all, there's no way to remember your credit card checkout info. So no matter you are the first time to be on the site or you buy things probably 100 times, you have to enter your credit card information all the times. And the second thing is what I say, the payment page redirections. It's bringing you to a totally different looking site that has different UI, different themes, and then it's probably there's no RWV because usually the banks don't provide a very good API for merchants. So after they use TapPay, it will be super simple. One click and then you are done. Everything is paid and your product is ready to be shipped. So the second advantage of using TapPay is you no longer have to leave your site to a pay page provided by the banks. Just stay on your own site with a seamless payment page that you don't have to be redirected, and it makes user feel very good. As a status, we improve our e-commerce website up to 30% of the conversion rates. That's a really high number. So many customers, many e-commerce websites come to us, and then we forward the transaction message back to the bank to help them increase the conversion rate. Yeah, this is for app, this is for the web. So we support apps and the web. So what is the problem? Is that so hard for us to build a company and then to do a payment solutions for them? Well, when you try to buy something online, you enter your credit card information on the site. And probably as a customer, I don't want my card information to be leaked to another third party, and I don't know who is that. So it's very dangerous. There are two currently solutions to the market. On your right-hand side, left-hand side, it's called payment page redirections. It's a very bad user experience, I'm told. And then there's also a full management systems like Amazon's. They never do the pay page redirections. But for the payment page redirections, so as I say, the user experience is very bad. And then you cannot remember the card, so users have to keep entering the credit card numbers all the time. The conversion is low. Usually you get SMS verifications. That's very time consuming. But for some big merchants, they build their own payment solutions. So in Taiwan, we have like PC Home, Yahoo, and in America, you have like Amazon's and many sites. They are big, they have lots of money, so they went through a certificate called PCI certificate. Visa and MasterCard told every e-commerce website that if you want to handle your credit card information by yourself, that means to put your credit cards field on your page, you will have to pass a certificate called PCI DSS certificate, and then ISO like 2027 certificates. So it's a very expensive certificate. So it makes your server costs very high, and then it basically needs a lot of engineering resources to tackle with those payment and security stuff. So it takes longer time to the market if you are building your own payment solutions, and it costs more than 2 million NT dollars, divided by 35 into US dollar. To euro dollar. So what TapPay does is by simply integrating TapPay, you can do a fully managed credit card solutions, but without those difficulties. And you just pay a little amount of service fee. So how we do that? Well, it's a very unique way of doing this, but you need to have a very good relationship with the banks to do it. So as a TapPay, we don't do acquire ourselves. We're actually a integrator. So we will have a front-end SDK as the toolkit on our e-commerce website or app. So when they click on purchase, the credit card information could be entered on their site, but the information will not hit their own merchant server. Instead of hitting their own merchant server, it uses a cross-site technology and it comes to TapPay gateway on the first step. And then we reply the front end. So you can see the first step with a unique payment token. So that's the totally unique, totally secure token that can only be used one time. And you never have to worry about if the e-commerce website stole your token, because it's totally useless. It's totally useless out of the site, out of a little span of the time. So we have cooperate with partner with 9 banks here in Taiwan. That covers more than 75 of the acquiring markets. I mean, those 9 banks cover 75 of the acquiring markets. So when you connect to Taipei, you basically connect to 9 banks here in Taiwan. You have to take care of all the banks' integrations. So here's a little bit of what we have done in these 2 years. So as I said, we cover 9 banks. That covers 70% of the acquiring markets here in Taiwan. And then we are a listed Apple Pay and Android Pay service provider as well, currently processing more than 3 million transactions a month. So we just get started, but there's a lot to do. So to sum up, because we work with the banks, and the market opportunity relies on, banks are usually very heavy organizations. They don't want to change. And the e-commerce websites change a lot. I mean, you can see two years that goes to a different level, but banks still stay there. So what we do is to help bank that chase up to what e-commerce website does. So they can work with e-commerce and give API those e-commerce websites their needs to figure out and they can just stay their system in a very old school way. Thank you.
Thank you, Steven. So that's all. Thanks again to all the excellent sharing from the 11 startups here tonight. Before we start the long, endless, but passionate network, let me remind you two things. One thing is we still have endless alcohol here.
Thanks, Stefano. Thank you.
Yeah, for you to get yourself drunk.
Yes.
但喝酒不开车，开车不喝酒。And the second thing is that Feliciana would like to invite all the startups today to have a group photo shoot.
Yes, please. You just come to Taipei and you have to have some lovely.
Please come up to stage.
Please don't be shy. And also with our
and our team, please. All the stops. Stefano, of course. You're the key icon. And Katie. You don't have to speak. Okay. Only take a photo.
Just photo.
请。No. I'm shy for photo shoot. 你当然要。